Hello and welcome to Gotham City Knights. This is a channel focused on all elements of Batman Miniatures Game of 3rd Edition from Knight models. This specific series is focused on giving new and returning players to the game the tools and information to approach their first few games of Batman Miniatures Game of 3rd Edition. I'm Kaiwas and let's dive into this video's topic. So you've just found out about Knight Model's flagship game, Batman Miniatures Game 3rd Edition. You might be asking yourself, what type of game is it? Will I even like it? Well, let's delve into that and see if we can't convince you it's the game for you. Batman 3rd Edition is a tactical miniatures game set in the compelling DC universe. Players can take control of crews of cops led by their favourite good guy in spandex, or a bunch of ne'er-do-wells fronted by one of Gotham's villains. It's a skirmish-sized game with generally 5 to 8 miniatures a side and takes place over 4 rounds. The relative power level of the game is kept in control so that the henchmen can all contribute to the plan rather than heavily relying on just one god tier miniature on each side. The game itself blends elements of alternative activations, activation planning, card playing, resource management, and also the most important one, asymmetric objectives. Each finely sculpted miniature brings its own unique look and abilities to the battlefield. If you're anything like me, you'll actually grow to love the henchmen as much as the big stars. As good as the game is, Knight Models also has a supremely talented sculpting team, and as you can see, the types of miniatures they're able to put out really evoke the character of the setting and the heroes and villains that fight over the control of Gotham. So that really boils down what the game is. Let me tell you what I actually love about the game and what sets it apart from others in my mind. The number one thing I love about the game is that it asks you to commit to some sort of a plan at the start of every turn. Now you can obviously always deviate from that plan or switch it up and react to what your opponent has done, but asking you to think ahead, it really makes crunchy decisions at every turn. Following off the back of that, the second thing I love about the game is that every activation of a miniature feels meaningful. As I said before, even the henchmen can really contribute to the plan and how you win a game of Batman. The third thing I want to bring up is that there is limited hidden information in the game. I come from a miniatures and board games hybrid background of play, and I've always looked to avoid games that give you the opportunity to pull a rabbit out of the hat without your opponent being able to prepare or tech against it. That sort of negative play experience is something I want to avoid, and while Batman Miniatures Game has the objective decks which are kept in your hand, secret to your opponent, there's a limited card pool, so whenever you've played once or twice against the type of crew, you should know what to expect and what might be in their hand. Number 4 is that losing miniatures in this game to an opponent attack isn't the end of the world. This game is not a deathmatch, and you can definitely score more than your opponent even while losing more miniatures than they do through the different objectives that you can play. Number 5, and my final point, somewhat reiterating on what I just said, is that this is not a deathmatch. A game of Batman 3rd Edition is won by scoring objectives better than your opponent does. The abstract way that points are scored is not as abstract whenever you consider that cops are placing suspect markers to look for clues for what the bad guys have been up to. The Joker crew are poisoning people, dropping down exploding teeth that are hunting down policemen in the streets. It's all very thematic and all works together in a way which makes this a very competitive, very compelling and very storytelling game if you let it be. All that's left to say is thank you for watching this short video. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. Keep watching the series to learn about all the elements of Batman Miniatures Game 3rd Edition. And if you have friends interested in the game, please consider sharing this series to them. If you want to see us put all this into action, check out our Battle Report series, where we usually post a battle report between myself and my colleague Salandra once every 2 weeks. We also hope to start putting out tactics, strategy and miniature spotlight videos to continue the discussion and showcase this great game. Don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up with our content, and we'll see you next time.